Good to see somebody recognize what's going on out there and make adjustments. Neil Reed putting a lot of pressure on up front.
Offense is up awful high for Ohio State.
Nice job of Indiana D'ing up once they pick up their dribble. Belter wants to go to his left shoulder right there. He wants to do that every time. He's not going to go back the other way and take the little jump shot. He's going to come around with that little jump hook or the jump shot.
His 4th point cuts the lead to 6.
Okay, you can see zone defense against Ohio State. Not a team that likes to play much zone. Randy Ayers likes the man-to-man, but let's see how Indiana does in adjusting. Good shot fake right there.
Evans got 2 Buckeyes up in the air to draw that foul.
The other night against Michigan State, only one time did we take the ball from the wing to the baseline and then get a layup to Bujanovic. You see Neil Reed makes the good pass, a good shot fake right there, getting 2 people up. Good block there by Tate. Ball never got above the rim.
Tate's in the game with 2 fouls. Chris Rolls checks in for Neil Reed. Bosley back in as Reed leads with 2 3-point shots.
It's important for this Indiana team. Neil Reed needs to get on the board early. That was one thing that hurt him a little the other evening. He went 0 for 5 his first 5 shots, and when Indiana can't hit that outside shots, one of their guards teams just continue to lay back farther and farther.
4 now for Evans. Indiana by 8.
Here they come. This is what they like to do. Run it up as quickly as they can. You can see them run it up that sideline. That's what they used to do with Jimmy Jackson.
Tate tried to get the ball inside, and Indiana knows how dangerous he is, and double teamed with Evans. Here's Stringer quickly off to Bosley. Indiana jamming up the middle.
Good block out by Andre Patterson.
Much sharper look by Indiana tonight than we saw Thursday at East Lansing. Coming up with loose balls that were really going Michigan State's way.
A team that feels more comfortable playing at home as most teams do in the Big Ten, although Michigan State was a big upset today over Illinois, at Illinois. Right there is where Andre Patterson has got to hold his position. You can't let that defensive man get around there. You've got position, got to hold it, give that guy a passing angle.
Patterson off to a good start. It's got Indiana an 8-point lead. We'll be back after these messages from the Assembly Hall ceiling. 5 of them, the national champions. Take a look at the shooting. Better tonight for Indiana.
Indiana off to a quick start. The last shots that they've taken. Let's see if they go back inside to Andre Patterson as Ohio State goes back into the man-to-man. Let's see, for the 2nd time in a row, Ohio State able to sneak around Indiana after they've got the position.
Outside shot, the 3-pointer is good.
Once you get that position down in the post, you got to make that the defensive team pay.
3-on-1.
Chris Rolls has got to make something happen right there rather than pulling it back out.
He goes to Wilkerson outside. It's a 2-pointer. He was on the line, but Wilkerson, the shot from outside.
He gets just a little bit of arch on that shot. It seems like he makes it about 90% of the time. The only time he misses that is when he gets it real flat and he comes up short and hits the front of the rim.
Indiana by 7. We approach halfway mark of the first half. Evans double teams. Rolls comes to help. And that gets Tate inside. Patterson with the big block. Slow it down on the break. Ohio State back to man-to-man.
He's a little unsure. His feet really not set right there. I don't know if he felt like he ought to take that shot or not. Indiana, nobody back on Bosley. He'll take that one.
Patterson gets the easy board and the foul. And that would be 17 fouls. Neil Reed checks back in. Ohio State comes back with Ute, Stonerook, and Coleman.
Take a look at Andre Patterson defensively. You can see he goes up, gets him with the body a little bit. That's a good block right there. Tate's gonna have to do a better job of protecting that basketball. You can see he kind of questioned himself. He didn't just catch and go straight up with it. He kind of caught and looked and thought about it. When you have to think about it, it's probably the wrong thought.
That was the 16th foul by Ohio State, so no shots for Indiana.
Back in the 2-3 zone. Indiana not been very effective against this zone right now. Andre Patterson going to have to figure out against the zone. He's not going to be able to post. Going to have to pop in and out of the openings.
Evans dishes off to Eggers, and his bank shot goes in as he goes over Rick Ute.
So here comes Ohio State, trying to run it up your back. Really got to get back in a hurry.
Pass stolen again by Indiana. Eggers has it.
Nice job of pulling it out by Robbie Eggers. Knows that's not what he... Oh, an excellent pass right there.
Patterson stops.
That's goaltend.
And counted it as goaltending. Tate come from way outside and swatted that away. May not have gone in.
Yeah, I don't think it would have gone in. You see Robbie Eggers, nice pass right there. Good cut by Andre Patterson. Watch how he loses it. He lost it out of his hands. Tate bailed him out right there.
Zinovic checks in, and Patterson leaves 10 points for Patterson, and much more aggressive on the offensive end.
Yeah, just much more aggressive all around, even running up and down the floor. You can see him, getting up and down the floor quicker, and because of it, he's got a couple of easy baskets.
Critical time now for Indiana, both Evans and Patterson on the Indiana bench.
Indiana's doing a nice job whenever the ball gets in the middle of helping out.
Three-pointer outside. That's Coleman again, his second three-pointer. Tate goes down inside as Harris shows some strength inside.
Good cut by Wilkerson, seeing the opening in the zone. It's going to be there.
Charlie Miller's open. Off on the three-pointer. Zinovic up strong. Layup is good.
That's what we're used to seeing from Harris, doing a nice job of rebounding. You see Neil Reed tries to stop that ball penetration. A pretty good job right there. He tripped Stringer just a little bit because of it. He gets the foul.
Crossover dribble. Ohio State uses it very well. When you go from the right to left hand or left to right, it can get you by your defensive man.
See, good job by Wilkerson getting in, but he doesn't get back quite quick enough. In the scouting report, he did a nice job of recovering low to Coleman. Coleman's a guy that likes to shot fake and then go around you. Wilkerson, an excellent job of recovering low. Coleman just went up and knocked the shot down.
Stonehook may have even hit Harris there, but he gathered himself and went up for that layup. Indiana by 10. Good move by Singleton. He gets into the baseline. That jumper hits.
Very difficult to stop that shot right there.
Near steal. Miller got it, though. Reed, a quick shot, and he hits it. That's a tough one as he floated to his left. Didn't go for the bank board. It gets his 8th point.
I love to watch him shoot that floater. That's the one Isaiah Thomas used to shoot in the middle.
Ohio State very slow offensively as they get to their set offense. They seem much more comfortable off the break or a quick shot. Stonehook is going to travel after that shot fake. Timeout now with 8 minutes left. Indiana holds a 10-point lead, and Randy Ayers shows some concern.
Okay, new rules. Individuals are no longer more important than the team.
You want a piece of that championship? Put it in here. Nobody can do it alone, but together we can do it.
Sports magazines include more team photos. More game balls go to linemen. We all play more as a team. We pat someone on the butt when they fail and celebrate like madmen when they succeed. Starter, it's about team.
The trailer, nicely done. He scored with the left hand, used his body brilliantly.
Right here, right now, this is where you want to be.
Everything's new at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer. Even new ways to save. The 96 Buyer's Choice Drive Away. It's your choice. Our biggest cashback ever on 96 models. Or our lowest APR. Even our lowest lease rates on all 96 cars and minivans.
Right here, right now, this is where you want to be.
See the bright new stars of Chicagoland at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Tonight on the report following Blackhawk hockey, Billy Gardner will join us to break down the Hawks-Red Wings game, highlights from the battle between Michael and the Big Dog, and a roundup of all the college hoops and NFL playoff scores.
Back in Bloomington, let's take a look at Andre Patterson getting up and down the floor. Great pass by Brian Evans, goes in strong, gets the foul. That's what the Indiana people have been looking for from Andre Patterson.
And that's our finish line replay of the game. Full court pressure still by Ohio State. Indiana is hot from the field. Ohio State well above their regular average.
Got to get it to Harris.
He's trying to get room inside. He does. He ballets in there, and he tries to show that he kept that pivot foot.
And he did keep it down. That's just if we get a chance to look at that again, I don't believe that he moved his pivot foot. Let's see it. He gets the ball inside. Now right there as he establishes his pivot foot right there, he never moved it. The guy falls on top of him. That's a bad call by the official. Once again, expecting him to travel, but he never did.
Third turnover for Indiana. They've been averaging just over 16 a game. Those turnovers have really hurt. Stonerook goes right back into Evans. Ball stolen away by Reed. 7 turnovers for Ohio State.
See Indiana getting up and down the floor much quicker today.
And Wilkerson's shot, he passed on it. Miller comes away with it and lays it in.
That was a pass, though, by Wilkerson. That was not a shot. He was trying to get it to Brian Evans. Ohio State tipped it away. Charlie Miller doing a nice job on Ute, who's a big part of their offense, averaging 14 points a game. Charlie Miller using his quickness to keep the ball away from him.
This is what Indiana wants. Ohio State to set up their half-court offense. So they've been very mechanical. Really hasn't gotten any good shots. Shot clock is at 5 seconds. Ute forces one. Charlie Miller does a nice job to pressure but not foul.
That's exactly the kind of defense Indiana wants to play right there.
Reed tries to go baseline and he is fouled.
Ohio State not able to get there in time. Let's take a look on the drive. Indiana kind of a break right here. You can see he's leaning already, and he just jumps into him, tries to get the call. Here he pushes off, but it's after the foul has already been committed.
Patterson back in as Harris gave Indiana several good minutes there.
I think it's good to get Andre Patterson back in there when he's kind of on a semi-roll. He scored 10 early points. It'd be good to get him 6 or 8 more before halftime. Really get him in the flow of the game and keep him in the flow of the game.
Stringer back in for Ohio State. Richard Mandeville in for Indiana. And he replaces Sharon Wilkerson. So that moves Charlie Miller out to guard with Reed, Evans, Patterson, and Mandeville on the inside. Neil Reed has become quite the free throw shooter now. Up at 89%.
Neil Reed has had a number of solid games here in a row. Did not shoot the ball very well against Michigan State the other night, but he still played very solidly, and he's out there playing against a lot of very, very quick guards, and it's not an easy assignment when you're out there meeting that ball at half court every time.
14 straight free throws now for Neil Reed. Long way to go to catch Pat Graham, though, at 38.
This is a team that uses the shot fake very similar to Indiana. A lot of that might be probably because of Randy Ayers, but also because of Gene Davis, an old assistant for Indiana, who is now right there. You can see Ohio State, Coach Knight not very happy about that. Belter basically gets the rebound and just jumps straight into Richard Mandeville, but I've talked about it a lot. In college, you're going to get that call when you create the contact that they're going to call it on the defense. Ohio State keeps it alive. Now watch him just boom. He just bangs right into Richard Mandeville. That really should be a no call because he lost the ball. There's really no foul really committed right there.
It's Mandeville's first and puts Belter at the line. Your comment about Gene Davis, he was here at Indiana from 79 to 82 as assistant coach.
He was here with me. 79 to 82, that's been a long time ago.
He is at Ohio State in his first year as Randy Ayers' assistant.
He's an outstanding coach and somebody who really understands the game and works very hard at it.
Indiana by 12. Just under 6 minutes left, first half. Good performance by Indiana. Coming out flat against Michigan State.
Once again, they're in the man-to-man. Now this is when Andre's got to get it, do something with it. There you keep him in the flow of the game. Good job by Evans to get it down to him when he's got the opening.
You know, he's just looking to shoot. He looked to pass his several games into this season. Now he's looking to shoot, and look what he can do. 12 first half points. Evans in position, no call. Patterson there for the rebound, and he's fouled from behind.
See, Coach Knight not very happy. His players getting in position, they're taking that charge, and then they're not getting the call. Coach up discussing that with the officials. That's a big part of Indiana's defense, is to get in position and take that charge. And if you're not getting it called by the officials, it's very disappointing for the coach.
Marlon Menifee, 13 in the lineup. There's Randy Ayers. Menifee picks up his first. Patterson weak on that free throw. He doesn't get his shot at the bonus. They go inside. Belter on the reverse layup, and he gets that one to go.
Richard Mandeville late getting there because of a good job by Belter going up and under the basket with a bigger Mandeville not able to block the shot.
Patterson looks inside.
Good block by Belter coming back in on him.
Menifee found himself all alone, and a surprise pass he wasn't ready for, and he travels with it.
They kind of caught him in mid-stride right there. He wasn't quite close enough to get all the way to the basket with one big stride, so he didn't know whether to dribble it or not, and he forgot to before he traveled.
There's your turnovers. That has hurt Ohio State here early. Indiana's been in control from the opening tap as they jumped out 7-0. Neil Reed sets for a three-pointer and hits it.
That's a big one. That puts Indiana up by 15. Neil Reed 3 for 3 from the three-point line so far today.
13 now for Reed, so he and Patterson taking the bulk of the Indiana offense.
Oh, good play by Evans right there. He couldn't get his hand on it, made a Larry Bird type play where he just tipped it away, tipped it to somebody that could make the play.
Got it to Evans too late to get him the shot. He was open earlier. Now inside to Reed. Ball tapped away.
Indiana doing a much better job of cutting and looking for the open spots in that defense.
Coleman comes in for Singleton. Randy Ayers moves to that bench quite a bit. 6 of his top 7 scorers are freshmen, so he's bringing some people in, but they are young, getting some good experience, and this is a team of the future. Andre baseline jumper, he hits it.
All set up by Brian Evans. Once again, all the defenses really leaning towards Brian Evans that time. He did a nice job of driving, penetrating, drawing the defense, dishing to an Andre Patterson who was ready to shoot the basketball. This is where Andre Patterson's got to really suck it up. You can see it in his face. He looks tired out there. He's having to guard a little man in Coleman. This is where you got to back off of him a little bit.
Viewed way outside air ball. Tries to save it by Ohio State, but Indiana has possession and timeout. Indiana now by 17 points as we move to the 3:30 mark first half. Hoosiers are hot on offense. As they've used some good inside play and outside shooting by Neil Reed to build a lead. In fact, Reed and Patterson have more points than Ohio State does as a team. 3.5 left first half.
Ohio State in the 1-2-2 or the 3-2, whatever you want to call it. You can see where Charlie Miller catches that basketball. He's got to be ready to shoot the ball.
In and out on Evans. Andre tips. Indiana right there on the boards. Mandeville finally puts it in.
Andre's got to learn when he gets that ball not to try to dunk that ball right there.
Tate misses it as Mandeville put a little pressure on him.
Could have been a goaltend slapping the board right there.
Charlie Miller misses. Mandeville again. Charlie Miller tips it in twice in a row. Indiana on the board.
Indiana banging the board. Looked like Michigan State against Indiana the other night, the way they were banging that board. But Mandeville's got his hands on that ball twice and kept it alive.
6 for Miller. Indiana by 19. Again on the dribble. Silly foul.
Silly's the key word right there. Brian Evans knows it. He's out of position. When you're out of position, you just work well, get out of the way. You don't want to create a foul like that, give somebody 2 easy points.
Bonus, now in effect both ways. At the free throw line, number 4, David Stringer.
I think still Coach Knight has to be pleased. His team's put 45 points on the board. There's still 2:30 left in the first half. Just much more aggressive. It's nice to see some of the guys that need to step up have stepped up so far.
Miss on that free throw, but a wild follow that time by Bosley.
Twice Indiana's gotten beat on the free throw lane once again.
And his shot goes in. Patterson, low post, double team. Can't get it up there as Stringer keeps him held up at the knees, and 3 seconds are called as Patterson gets caught in the lane.
I think that's kind of a bailout call. It's either got to be a jump ball, it's got to be a travel, it's got to be something right here. Great play by Bosley, just a real strong, hard-nosed type play off the free throw. He takes out one of the Ohio State players when he's getting up.
That's a football school, Ted. They know how to do this stuff. Shot fake. Gets Belter to the basket. This guy an offensive force.
I mean, each guy on the scouting report, it says they like the shot fake.
10 points now for Belter as he came off the bench. Mandeville gets it slapped away. Indiana still has it.
Indiana has to understand and see that they're playing against a zone. They got to get in the seams of that zone, come up underneath it, find the openings.
Mandeville misses on that shot. Tate blocked him out to get the board. Minute and a half left, first half.
No travel right there.
Bosley, a wild shot. That's the one you just got to let him take. He was off balance with that shot.
Well, I think if you'll just kind of back off of him and wait just a second, a guy like Mandeville can just go up and slap it away. The guy's not going to get up off the floor very far, but what he does is he gets inside and he uses that body. He gets that body into you. You just need to back off a little bit. As soon as he lets the ball leave his hand, go up and you knock it away. I don't knock it away, but a guy like Andre Patterson or Richard Mandeville can knock it away.
Because they were 7 foot, you're only 6'8", yeah, right? That's a big difference.
Right.
That's a 4-inch difference. Jeez.
Indiana needs to do a better job of blocking out on the free throw line. They let too many teams get too many easy baskets there this year.
15-point lead. Just over a minute left. Man defense now by Ohio State.
Well, they're still in the zone, I think. You can see Indiana still very dazed. Ohio State goes a long way with people, but then they come back to that position. It's kind of a matchup type zone, but they come back to their position in the zone defense.
And they'll stay man-to-man on the guy while he's in their zone. As he cuts to the basket, then they release him and let him go. So you do have to study it to make sure you know what kind of defense they're in.
And I don't know that Indiana understands. You can see, you can watch it. Ohio State will go so far with a certain man. Good play right there. That's the way you have to take one big dribble, one big step, get all the way to the basket.
See, I don't think many teams can stop that. The guy's 6'8", very quick. He can take one dribble from the foul line. He's got 16 first half points.
That's a real picky foul right there. Neil Reed trying to put some pressure defensively on, and the officials not wanting any defense played here today. But what you're talking about, Andre Patterson, on that last play, basically what he did, in the past, he would have passed that ball. He looked to pass first. All of a sudden, he looks up, and there's a big opening in the middle. He takes one big dribble, and he goes right to the basket. In the past, he would have passed that ball, and he never would have looked for that shot.
And if the difference is just in your mind, you're saying, I don't want to make any mistakes. The coach's going to set me down. And now he's saying, I got to score, or he's going to set me down. And he sees an opening, boom. It's score first, pass second, and that's what he has to do.
Yeah, I think you have to, as an offensive player, I think you have to be a little greedy. Some people might
just take that in the right light. Explain what you're saying there.
Well, I think that you have to look to score. I mean, every time I come down the floor, I am looking to score points for my team. If the defense is not going to defend me, I'm looking to score. And some people might think that's a little greedy, but as one of the guys that's a scorer on the team, I think it's your duty out there to look to score points every time you have the opportunity down the floor.
So it's a tough job, but somebody has to do it, right?
I'll be glad. I was always more than happy to take it.
Well, Evans has been doing it, but as we've seen in early games, it's got to be more, and it is, as Patterson and Reed have picked it up. Jantonio picks up the foul, trying to stay with Evans, and Evans will get some shots.
Brian Evans did a nice job right there. When you're the guy they're keying on, you start running around 2 or 3 screens, and if you remember when Steve Alford used to do this, if you're a smart offensive player, after you run around 2 or 3 times, that guy gets to leaning on you. You kind of get to, you know, look, making it look as though he's really doing a lot of pushing. You can draw a lot of fouls on him.
Neil Reed comes out after a good first half.
And for the Buckeyes, we have number 24,
Ute comes back in. Mandeville will check in.
Probably get Patterson out of there with only 22 seconds left. Oh, no, they're going to get Evans out of there. Don't want to get another foul.
Low-scoring afternoon for Evans. His 5th point.
A number of assists with those 6 points right there, though. He's the guy that makes his team go. Whether he scores 25 or 10, he's still the most important man out there. He sets people up.
49-32, Indiana by 17. Ohio State has a chance to take the last shot.
Look at it, contain right there. Down to 10. Coleman will be looking to go one-on-one and then dish if possible.
He does. It goes to the baseline. 1 second. And that's the horn. It was a travel by Patterson. He never released the ball. But Indiana has come out in their first home Big Ten game with a 17-point lead, 49-32. We are at halftime.
Threes had 13. For Ohio State, Belter off the bench. Indiana going to have to do a better job against him defensively. He had 12. Bosley and Deshaun Coleman also off the bench had 6.
Ohio State gets the first possession. Indiana with a little pressure. Reed, as they want to keep Stringer out there and not able to penetrate in and dish off. He likes to do that. They have done a successful job of that so far. Back cut that time tried by Ute. Patterson's going to pick up a quick foul here. He and Tate are banging around inside.
We've had a lot of fouls called away from the basketball.
It's the first on Patterson. Belton takes it right in. Blocked by Patterson and an offensive
foul on Belter. Neil Reed standing underneath there. Everybody follows Patterson up to watch the block shot, but if you look underneath, Neil Reed in excellent position right here is going to take the charge. You can see him right there. He stands up, takes the charge. He's a little bit underneath that goal. Sometimes you won't get that call.
That's why I hesitate on that call. The action was all up high, but the foul was committed with Neil Reed taking the charge and falling to the ground.
You're used to playing up above the rim with the action up there.
Now Belter picked up his first. That's where you want to play. Not too many can do it that way.
That's a good call right there. Neil Reed ready to pass to Sharon Wilkerson. Just as he gets ready to pass, Sharon Wilkerson cuts away. Not the way Indiana wants to start the second half with a turnover.
Both teams with a slow start, first couple of possessions. Stringer on the drive. It looks like he's trying to penetrate more, and that's how he can hurt you.
You can see Indiana throws it away. Neil Reed was in excellent position again the last time down the floor. He took the charge. Nobody, Teddy Valentine stood there right on top of it. Now watch this. Watch Neil Reed. He's in good position right here. He takes the charge. They run over him. They don't call it. It should have been a good basket and going the other way. Indiana takes the ball out. Andre Patterson throws it away, and Ohio State looking for a 4-point play.
3 fouls now on Reed. That could affect his play here second half. Right now, Indiana staying with him. Bosley hits that free throw.
3 fouls is something you can handle. He'll have to back off of Stringer a little bit. Won't be able to put quite as much pressure on him. but he's very, very important to this Indiana team. He needs to understand that, and he's got to keep himself in the basketball game.
Lead at 13 as Indiana still looking for their first points here second half. Miller takes it all the way down.
Good to see Charlie Miller take the opening and just go. I think all the Indiana people have seen him catch and pass as much as they'd like. You can see right here, he uses his quickness, just goes to the basket. Belter really never gets square to Charlie Miller. He's kind of turned. I think he was there, but he just never got squared. Because of it, he gets the blocking call.
Miller shooting for his average now. That's 7. But there's another example of him creating some offense, whereas in previous games we've seen him just dribble and pass.
Some people can't create offense. They don't have the offensive skills, the athletic ability to do it. People like Patterson and Miller do, and they've got to do it.
Tate beats Patterson down the floor and gets the jump hook to go in.
That's just Andre Patterson being a little lazy right there, not getting back down the court. You always have to beat your man down the basketball court.
We talked Thursday that the coaches wanted this team to play harder, and that getting up and down the floor is one way to do it. Patterson got beat that time. Pass thrown out of bounds. They tried to go to Patterson inside. Not the pass Bob Knight wanted. He wanted to swing out to the point and then into Patterson for a better angle. So Ohio State now down 13, and they're scoring a little easier here second half. Shot is missed. Patterson comes away with it. And Stringer sneaks right in to make the steal, bounces it off Reed. It sees the quickness there of Stringer.
It's just a bad play by Indiana. Neil Reed needs to look, but Andre Patterson, before he passes him the ball, he's got to tell him that guy's there. You can see he tries to tell him right at the end, but Andre Patterson needs to hold that basketball, wait for that defense to clear, let Neil Reed realize that it's there, then give him the basketball. We always talk about catching, then going, and you can see once in a while on the out-of-bounds play, Indiana just absolutely falls asleep.
Stringer fakes coming out to the free throw line, and then ducks right back under the basket. Bob Knight wants timeout.
Coach Knight not happy.
51-40. Indiana leads it. We'll be back after these messages. Indiana now by 11. Let's take a look at a replay.
Inbounds play. Stringer just comes up. Neil Reed, you got to know where the basketball is. Don't know where it is. Andre Patterson not there to help, and 2 easy points for Ohio State.
Good quickness there by Stringer.
Bad defense by Indiana.
Patterson's fighting for position inside. Turnover. Here come the Buckeyes. Baisley. Tate got Patterson up in the air.
Indiana people wanted to travel. Andre Patterson came down hard. You can see Coach Knight wanted to travel also.
Patterson picks up his second on the shot fake.
I don't know that they'll get 2 shots here. I don't think he ever went up for the shot, so it's going to be out of bounds on the baseline.
Not in the act of shooting, and Indiana not over the limit. Again, the lob pass. Second half field goals. Indiana hasn't taken a shot yet. Stringer misses a tip by Belter. There's bodies on the floor, and Indiana comes away with it. Wilkerson runs into Randy Ayers. Can a coach pick up a foul? No, he can't, but one of the Ohio State players fouled him into Randy Ayers.
He's a big old body, I'll tell you what. He picked up a few fouls and scored a few points at Miami of Ohio a few years ago.
Good college player, excellent coach for the Buckeyes. This crowd a little impatient now.
Indiana needs to recognize that it's a zone. You're not going to do a lot of posting inside. There you do a pop, then come back. Andre needs to be able to be ready to take that shot. Gets the roll. Oh, my goodness.
Neil Reed, that ball goes up about 6 feet off the top of the rim and comes down through the hoop. Indiana's first shot of the second half. Tate comes away with it. Stringer can't match it. Evans is right there.
Good block out by Indiana. Brian Evans, excellent hands to come up with that basketball. Ohio State really starting to jump in some passing lanes.
Long pass, nearly stolen. Patterson inside.
Got to take that one up. You got to take that one up. See, he's not looking to score all of a sudden.
He got double teamed, and Reed tried to go back into him. Stringer picks up the foul.
Kind of a picky foul right there, too. Neil Reed very fortunate. He gets bailed out. Not a very good pass. He comes up with the basketball. This Patterson's got to go boom. Just take that ball right up right there. There's no pass right there. They got the ball where it needs to be into him.
Jermaine low.
2-3 zone. Patterson, quick shot.
Got to convert that. Off the board, he needs to use the glass and convert that.
Stringer on the drive. Bosley, a quick jumper. That's for 2, just inside the line. Lead is 12.
Ohio State hanging around. Indiana had the chance to take this game into their own hands, and here's 2 more easy ones.
Stringer takes it. Tate goes right over the top of Wilkerson.
That has got to be a charge right there.
Ted Valentine says just get up and play at the other end.
Teddy Valentine, I don't know how you can't call a charge right there. The man puts his body right there.
Bosley comes up with a steal, and Wilkerson, Charlie Miller's going to pick up that foul. He and Wilkerson both there. So Ohio State's come here second half with the life.
You can see the foul right here. See Sharon Wilkerson just takes Bosley's legs out. Let's take a look at the break right here. Now he's in perfect position. Folks, that's a charge. I mean, there's no question about it. And Teddy Valentine standing right on top of it.
It's a 10-point lead now for Indiana, as close as Ohio State's been in a long time. They've done it just coming out harder to play than Indiana. Travel this time by Tate as he moves on the baseline.
Indiana doesn't have near the enthusiasm in their play, very little emotion. All of a sudden, this is an Indiana team playing not to lose rather than trying to win a basketball game. They're out there trying not to make mistakes, and we've seen that all year.
Except the first half. The first half today, they went out, tried to score some points, and you saw what it did, 49 first half points.
Exactly. It was a team that went out there to just play as well as they could play, not scoreboard watching. Here in the second half, they started scoreboard watching. Because of it, they start playing not to lose.
This is called on the shot or a pass.
It's a good call by Steve Wilmer right there, because he went up for the shot, but then when the hand was there, he passed the basketball. It's a good call right there. He was definitely passing the ball.
So it's out of bounds to Indiana instead of the free throws. Indiana not on track offensively second half. It's been 5 minutes. They've scored 5 points.
Ohio State very strange against man-to-man. Most cases you play man-to-man.
Patterson up strong, and he can't get that one. Long rebound. Stringer stops for the jumper and hits it. Ohio State is back in the game. They trail by 8. Stringer has 11.
And you can see the emotion, and their play has really picked up. They've gotten quicker.
Patterson inside.
He's got to gather himself, and he's got to get that ball in the basket. That's 2 layups that he's had. He's got to get that ball in the basket.
He found himself right beneath it, so he had to jump out, reach out around the rim to get that one.
You can see Stringer very, very quick. This is what he likes to do. He's not real big, can't get inside and use his body, but he can pull up, use that jump shot. Every bit as effective as getting all the way to the basket for the layup.
Patterson right at 74% on the year. Pretty good free throw shooter.
Straight in, fellas.
He gets both of them. Indiana's back up to a 10-point lead. 18 points for Patterson.
Only 2 in the second half, though.
It inside on a spinning move. Evans goes down, and Stonebrook gets the basket. shot as he fell away. Patterson there for a rebound. Coleman snuck from behind to try to get that rebound and goes into the photographers.
Looks like he's all right. Trip, good hustle by Coleman right there. Indiana once again gets to the basket, not converting this half like they did in the first half. A lot of it has to do with a much more aggressive Ohio State team inside. I'm sure they got chewed pretty good by Coach Randy Ayers.
Double team. Here's Wilkerson. He gets the shot blocked. Boy, tenacious defense now by Ohio State. Evans lays it in and draws the foul.
And that's an awful big basket right there for Brian Evans. Indiana continued to go after the basketball. Andre Patterson able to pick it up off the sideline, gets it over. You can see Patterson makes a big play right there, making the pickup. He gets it over to Neil Reed, who finds Brian Evans, goes up hard. He realizes he's going to get the contact, gets it in the basket, have a chance at a three-point play.
Third foul on Stringer. Evans not having a big scoring night, but he did have 6 rebounds.
The call was against Sean Stonebrook instead, number 4.
First half, and also 6 assists.
Only with 2 personal fouls.
Changing that foul now, it's not on Stringer. Goes on 40, Stonebrook his first, so that's a big reversal there. Advantage to Ohio State.
Indiana already in the 1-and-1 with 13 minutes left.
Oh, Stringer on the drive, and they're going to call goaltending on Indiana.
Well, I won't say anything until I get a chance to look at it. Let's take a look at it. He definitely got it up on the glass. But that ball's going up. There's no way that ball has hit the glass and is coming down yet. Just got a fingertip on it.
Charlie Miller goes around the baseline and stepped on the line, so out of bounds to Ohio State.
Not much room down there. Charlie Miller likes to work that baseline, but there's not a lot of room.
14 turnovers for Indiana. They started the game well with the ball under control, but now back up to where they've been all year, and probably higher with just at 13 minutes left in the game.
Well, they had 6 turnovers in the first half, so we're at the 13th-minute mark. 7 minutes in, they've got 8 turnovers this half. More than 1 a minute.
Stolen off the dribble. Evans is out front. Takes it in. Layup is good, and a foul. Brian Evans, 2 3-point plays in a row.
Rick Hughes, nice job of getting back, not able to get in position. You can see Evans with the lean in. That's a tough shot, a lean in shot. Not always so tough, but when you're running at full speed as Evans is right here, good hands by Patterson. He lays it out in front. You can see he catches, he leans, he shoots. Really not much of a foul right there.
Indiana by 11. Indiana's been up by 21 and seemingly in control of the game, but now Ohio State's come back to 10, and Indiana not the same team we saw first half. Patterson wheels, reverse layup, can't get it to go. Goes up strong again, no foul, and Evans fouls it in and ends up on the floor, but good effort by the Hoosiers, 14 for Evans. Stringer quickly at the other end. Air balls it to Patterson.
Good job by Wilkerson not to make that really tough pass right there that he could have. Good defense by Ohio State. They'll take these 2.
Stonebrook tipped it away and gets the easy jam.
Indiana's ball handling has been just terrible here in the second half.
And the turnovers are going to show that. Belter will check back in. Evans. Just a completely different offense for Indiana. Much tougher for them to get shots. That one way off by Miller.
State likes to set up quick, take that quick shot. They don't like to work it around 4 or 5 times. They want to use their quickness, take advantage of a slower Indiana team.
Stringer inside, comes off the pick, and Miller blocks it easily using his size. Reed.
Short.
Nothing there for Indiana.
It's like a tired Indiana team right here. The worse they start to play, the more tired I think they will become, and that this is where they really need to pick themselves up. 20-second timeout.
Randy Ayers called that timeout. The pace of this game is just kind of up and down the floor, but neither team being very effective.
When you're playing well, you don't think about being tired. You're just running up and down the floor. Everything's working, you're talking, everything's going well. All of a sudden, you start playing bad, you start feeling tired, you start dragging up and down the floor. And right now, this is an Indiana team that's really dragging. When we talk about leadership, those are the kinds of things that a Quinn Buckner, a Steve Alford, Isaiah Thomas, that's when they're really going to step up and pick that team up. They're going to get people to start playing hard, and that's what we're talking about, leadership and getting people to do that. You can see Coach Knight sees it. He's out there trying to get them to play at another level right now.
We saw it in the first half, but as the team started to tire, they've looked as they have in some other games they've lost this year. And in fact, the last 15 minutes of this game, Ohio State has outscored Indiana by 10 points.
In the second half, there's been no question they've dominated. Indiana does pick up youth.
Stringer gets a board, and Reed slapped it away.
Very fortunate right there. Some quick hands by Neil Reed, able to knock the ball away from Stringer.
Miller on the cut, goes back to his left hand, but travels with it before he can get the dribble.
He's not ready for the ball. It's a good call by Steve Wilmer down there. You can see his feet shuffle just a little bit. Look at the field goal percentage. Ohio State, total reversal. You know, Ohio State's 59 in the second half compared to 39. Indiana down to 31.
10 minutes now left in this game, and a 10-point lead for Indiana. Here's Stonebrook. Tigers able to stop the drive. Belter inside. Boy, a Belter, 6'8", 225, a senior, only averaged about 6 a game. This guy is an offensive threat today.
He just continues to post up. Indiana continues to give up the easy post up down on the block. He's a guy that's very smart. Once he gets the ball, Indiana's not doubling down on him. They don't feel like he's a real threat. He just does a nice job using his body, getting inside.
Patterson picks up his third foul, and those have all come here second half. Muye Zinovich will check in for him. Indiana's got to watch the foul trouble.
Belter comes from my now hometown, Westchester, Ohio. Went to Lakota High School, won a state championship with Keith Dreger, who plays for the Cincinnati Bearcats.
18 points, 12 rebounds for Patterson. So good effort so far by Andre. The foul trouble's got him out of the game. Wilkerson loses that rebound.
Well, he didn't really lose it. He went up, got it, tried to make the pass while he was in the air, but Robbie Eggers not looking for the pass, and Ohio State comes up with a loose ball.
Bosley's open and swishes that one in. Indiana by 6 now, and their big scorer Patterson is on the bench.
Ohio State continues to stay in the zone. Indiana hasn't really had the answer in the first half. Neil Reed came out, really made them pay. Seems like he's a little hesitant to step up here in the second half. The score gets close. Indiana only has one guy, and Brian Evans, really looking for the shot.
Let's see, Evans tried to shoot that ball, or at least looked like he was shooting the ball. And the foul is called, but it's a non-shooting foul by Stonebrook.
I got to go along with the official right there. I don't think that he really made a very good effort to try to shoot the basketball, other than it'll be a 1-and-1.
But there'd been 3 shots if he got the foul shooting, because he was behind the line.
It's the 1-and-1, but I have to agree with Steve Wilmer. I don't think he made a very good effort at really trying to shoot that basketball. He got the defender up in the air, but then he just kind of leaned into him and let the ball go. I think that's an excellent call.
Evans rolls that first one in.
Very soft touch. Been the only offense Indiana's had here in the second half. Brian Evans, one-man band.
He's got 9 second half points. Now 10. to 17. And this crowd wanting some defense now. Indiana already over their point production from Thursday at 60. Oh, Ute with a good move inside. Belter comes away with it.
Belter stepped out of bounds right there. If we get to take another look at that.
16 for Belter.
Belter stepped out of bounds.
Evans again. Wilkerson, great rebound, just leaped over two Ohio State players. Mujezinovich lays it in as he slipped it right through the defense. 4 for Harris.
Ohio State really doesn't have the bulk to handle Mujezinovich inside.
Travel as Stone recovered a lot of ground there with one dribble. Tate comes back in.
Looked like a pretty good move. He just took one big step. You can see he's very disappointed. Randy Ayers doesn't agree with the official right there either. Felt like it was a pretty good move. One big step, get him all the way to the basket.
So Indiana has possession. 8 minutes left. They lead by 8. Here's the zone. Turnovers is the same story as Ohio State's improving. And Indiana's dropping. Here's turnover Indiana again. And timeout, 7:57 left. It's Indiana by 8. Bob Knight tries to encourage his players on.
He's going to get the ball. Neil Reed's going to find him down inside. Okay, he comes down. Yep, he traveled. That's an excellent call right there. He slid that pivot foot over. Good call by the officials. He made the slide. Coach Knight not very happy about him just not taking the ball straight up there. As you look at the leading scorers, Patterson with 18 and 12, and Belter off the bench with 16 big points for Ohio State.
He thought it'd be the two seniors, but it's the underclassmen doing the scoring. Ohio State is hanging tough, and it's not a situation you want to put yourself in. 7.5 left. Indiana by 8, by 6, and Ute has a chance to bring it to 5.
Good job by Ohio State of moving their offense around. As he steps out, Ute says, I'll take that open middle right there. Mujezinovich, pow, he bangs him right on the wrist. Good strength by Ute, knowing he's going to get popped right there, still able to contain the basketball and get it in the basket.
This guy's a 92% shooter. He's made 13 in a row. What's that?
In a strange game, I guess you might expect the 92% to miss.
Reed baseline.
Yeah, very tight against that baseline.
A lot of room. Harris has the layup. He is able to get position inside.
Yeah, there's nobody with a big enough body to handle him inside. If he'll just be smart and use his body inside, he can get himself open. But then on the other end, they've got a lot of quickness for them to try to take advantage of that as they have here in the second half.
Found himself open. He set a pick and then went back door and wide open for the layup.
Finding the openings in that Indiana defense. Nobody communicating.
18 now for Belter. 6.5 left. Evans on the drive takes it in. He has come to play second half offensively.
Oh, no. You, come here.
Brian Evans, an excellent drive to the basket. Going the opposite way for a lefty. Let's take a look at the other end. You can see Belter, he comes across here. And right here, Mujezinovich has to drop off. See, he doesn't drop off, and because of it, Robbie Eggers gets hung up. That's when you learn to step back, let the defense through. That way he can play the defensive man as Brian Evans knocks it down. Nobody communicating defensively.
Up the lead now to 9 points. Ute back door, and Evans taps it away.
Brian Evans, just a fingertips, all he got on it.
And Tate does the same at the other end, knocks it away from Harris.
One thing the Indiana inside people do, you see the defender get their hand on the ball on the post so often. It's because the offensive man who has the position leaves that position just too early. Rather than waiting until the ball gets to his hand, he wants to leave just before the ball gets there. because of it, a lot of balls knocked away from Patterson, and it's right there you saw him knock it away from Muljezinovic.
That pass meant for Eggers. Wilkerson picked it off.
3 out away.
Foul inside at Stonebrook. He really has trouble with Harris. Stonebrook is 205 pounds. Harris is going at 250 and just shoving him around.
You don't really realize how big Harris is until I stood up next to him today. He's a big old broad-shouldered boy. He's had some good meals in his life. You can see him right here. He turns inside, and you can see he just tackled him. Stonebrook, Teddy Valentine catches him as he sticks his left arm around him, kind of tackles him.
We've seen that free throw before.
The flick.
And it falls well short.
He just flicked it rather than spreading his hand out on the basketball and shooting it.
This is the second one as well. 6 minutes left now. Patterson's going to check back in, but Randy Ayers wants timeout first, as his team's still definitely in this game. 5:58 left. It's Indiana by 9. Just under 6 minutes left. Indiana by 9. It's been a change of halves. Patterson had 16 in the first half, only 2 here. Second half, he's back in the game now, though, for Indiana.
Well, he just hasn't learned to push himself yet. He continues to play at a pace that he's very comfortable with. The first half, he really pushed himself, getting up and down the floor, getting in on some fast breaks, get some easy points. He needs to really come out and really push and play harder than he realizes he can.
Coleman outside for 3, follows his own shot. Stonebrook has it, and a scramble. Jump ball called. Possession arrow is to Indiana.
Good job by Sharon Wilkerson getting in there. Randy Ayers feels like his team had the opportunity to cut that lead down to 7 right there, even 5. He felt like the Indiana player might have grabbed and pulled his player down.
Man-to-man defense as Buckeyes have switched back and forth. Here's Evans, an off-balance shot. Patterson got it slapped away, so Indiana retains possession.
That's a ball Patterson has to come up with. I mean, he's got both hands on it. It's a 9-point game that he could suddenly take it to 11. If he gets fouled, maybe 12. It's not one that I hope I come up with. It's one that I have to come up with.
Stringer leads with 13 as he started to score here, second half. Jantonio in for him.
Bosley is guarding Evans. Indiana almost needs to just clear out. There's no way that Belter can handle Patterson inside.
Robbie Eggers on the tip weak side.
That's a big play by Robbie Eggers. Good job of going to the board.
Long cross-court pass. Bosley right in the middle. Belter's going to get called from over the back. Good position inside by Evans.
If he fouled Brian Evans, who's an excellent free throw shooter for Indiana, he'll get a chance at 2 now. As Ohio State committed more than 10 fouls this half.
His third personal.
Belter's had an outstanding game for Ohio State off the bench. He's done a nice job of reading that Indiana defense, making it very difficult for Indiana to play him.
Averaging just under 6 a game, well over that tonight. Very quiet in Assembly Hall as Evans hits that first free throw and then asks for a unofficial timeout to retie a shoe. Top of the circle, there it is.
Give Ohio State a chance to get Tate back in the game.
Ohio State, number 30, Jermaine Tate, replacing number 40, Sean Scott.
And Ohio State takes advantage of it. Tate looks like he could be a good player, Ted. He's a little skinny on the skinny side right now at 200 pounds with 6'8". If he gets to about 225, 230, he'll be banging around.
Somebody that needs to work on his outside shot. He's got excellent inside moves and likes to post right now. If he could take his game outside also, it'd be very, very difficult to guard.
And let's have a moment of silence now as Evans has scored 21 points and moved past Ted Kitchell on the all-time scoring list, 1,337. It's not the auto in your set. This is our moment of silence.
I thought that last free throw felt a little different than those others.
You just moved down one, buddy.
wants to know what happened right there. Indiana blocked that ball. I don't know if it went off Ohio State or the official just didn't see the Indiana player block it. Would have been the first one they've missed today.
Here's Patterson. He's going baseline. There's a strong move. He gets it in. Ohio State up quickly, and Evans pressures into a turnover.
Brian Evans just makes a smart play right there. Nothing special other than he comes up when they don't realize he's there, makes Stringer turn the ball over. Andre Patterson, good move along the baseline. He needs to continue to look to score. I don't care if it's a 2-point margin, if they're down 10, if they're up 10. He's a guy that has to score for Indiana, and he has to understand that.
Reed gets it in.
Antonio's a guy that plays very, very tough defense.
Fakes that three, and
got to get it to Patterson.
Time now.
Belter, there's no way that Belter can handle, or Bosley can handle Evans. Evans has got to get him in the post.
Reed drives it in. Wilkerson can't follow and crashes into the support, and Tate comes away with it. Indiana's moved the lead now to 15.
Patterson will stay right there. Belter not a threat from outside. He's inside is where his game is.
Bosley goes to the left hand and lays it in.
Good cut by Bosley, getting down the lane. Indiana going to take the 20-second timeout.
Gives each coach a chance to give some words. 3:09 left. I think Indiana needed this one just to take a break for a minute.
Yeah, I think they're a little gassed right now. They look a little tired. We're going to take a look at Ohio State. Boy, Bosley coming down the lane. He's a train coming down that lane. A little train that could. He's not very big, but he's solid. You see him right there, and he's a real competitor. He's been playing very, very hard today.
Plays a little like Scott Skiles from Michigan State several years back. Hopefully not as good an outside shot as Skiles was. He was very dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite to that level.
Indiana retains possession. And in control of this game now with just over 3 minutes left. They lead by 13. Much better effort tonight.
Indiana has got to get the ball to Evans in the post or Patterson in the post. Neither guy can handle it.
Neither Ohio State player can handle the Indiana man offensively, and there you see why. Patterson gets his 22nd point. Tate inside. See, with a little more strength there. That shot, that's going to be a three-point play. He does pick up the foul, though.
Indiana's got to stay behind him. When he gets ready to try to go baseline, you've got to keep your body between he and the basket. Now watch how he gets the ball. Now you got to hop behind him. Okay, you're behind him, and now you just let him spin on you. There's no way. You got to get away from him and not let him spin that baseline. Let some people come back in and help you out and make him throw that ball back out.
Tate only a 52% free throw shooter. It's nothing but net on that one. Patterson now ties his career high with 21 points, but picks up his fourth foul. And there you see why. Real jerky on that free throw. Ball's way short.
Patterson should go down in the post and call for that ball once again. You don't need any screens. You got to get right down in the post and just call for that ball every time until Ohio State puts somebody else on it.
Evans has it. Reed cuts in the middle. Indiana's running some clock, but that's the guy they go to. It's Patterson. 7 seconds to shoot. Wilkerson in the lane, floats through there, and can't hit it. Bodies fly. Indiana's going to get a new shot clock.
Down to the 2-minute warning right here as the ball goes out of bounds.
Evans gets it back quickly. Not looking to shoot, though. Looking to run clock here. Unless you get the layup. He does and gets 2 free throws. Ohio Ohio State makes substitutions to put some offense back in the game.
Ohio State.
Brian Evans drives that baseline. He gets the ball. Defense thinking he's going to throw it back out. Drives that baseline. Have a chance at 2 free throws.
Number 4, Henry Bosley,
As you mentioned, Laz, you can see the offensive power coming back in for Ohio State with the 3-point shooters and the quickness.
Coleman, Stringer,
Ute, Bosley.
Bosley in.
The Boz.
Evans has made all 11 of his free throws. He had 21 against Michigan State. He's got it again tonight. As close as any Indiana player has been to a triple-double. He's got 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. He's just going to run out of time, it looks like, here before he gets a chance to do that tonight. But Indiana now in the lead comfortably, under 2 minutes. Stringer for 3.
10th rebound.
So he needs 2 assists here real quick. Obviously the player's not aware of the situation they're in, and Brian does not know that.
Laz, if I call timeout, will you go down and talk to Coach about it?
Let's not do that right now. A minute and a half, and Indiana's going to move to 1-1 on a well-played game for most of the game. Came out sluggish to start the second half, but regrouped here to build a lead again. Patterson goes right over the top of Tate to tip that one in. Let's hope this game is a real confidence builder for Andre, where he can see how he can score against these Big Ten players. High arching shot is off. There's Bosley. He's not afraid to take it up on anybody. Gets it blocked under a minute.
That time the Indiana players just kind of backed off him. He's not a very big guy. He's only 6'1", and if you back off of him, the bigger guys can just kind of slap that ball away. He's not a guy who's going to jump up over the top of you. Reed almost tempting him, putting it out there in front of his nose, wanting to slap him.
Patterson's going to get fouled by Stringer. I mean, he's doing, I think, what you're talking about, staying right around the block, moving from side to side, and looking for the ball.
Well, when you have somebody on you that can't handle you, the most important thing is that you need to get in there. You need to tell the other guys to get out of there and just keep giving it to me. I can score each and every time. But the one thing, the most important thing I feel like he needs to work on is just at the level that he plays at. He needs to push himself and push, and he's got to push himself beyond what he thinks is when he's playing up to the highest level he can play at, because he can push and he can play harder than that.
He was, of course, a lot bigger than most of the kids he played against in high school, and may not have had to push at the level he has to at the Big Ten. And that's something Andre's learning. He's shown us today, though, what he can do. A career high, 26 points, and he gets a big hand, even from our own Ted Kitchell as he leads the game. And there he's talking to Bob Knight, and I'm sure that Coach is talking to him about this is the level that we need you to play at. Andre Patterson, career high.
Taking their time to get a shot right here. With only 20 seconds left, the Boz will take it.
20 points, so got the lead down to 5 here, or down to 6, then missed a free throw to cut it to 5 second half, but Indiana's now pulled it back away. Ohio State only 2-16 in the Big Ten last year.
But this is a team that I think is going to get a lot better. Last year, they didn't look like they had a lot to build on. You wondered where they were going. Now you look at guys like Tate. You got Stringer right there. They've got some guys that they can really build, some good, quick athletes. They get a big, strong guy inside, and I think this is a team that is going to win some games in the Big Ten in the years to come.
7 freshmen on this team. That's a rainbow by Stringer, and Bosley's going to make the foul. So Randy Ayers went with the youth. Very young team. They've already won more games. They're 7-3 this year than they did all last year. They were 6-22. Bosley's got 4 now.
We have this report from the Indiana State Police and the IU Police Department.
So Mandeville's going to go to the line.
Outside now. The roads are snow-covered and slick as you leave Assembly Hall.
Chance to get just above his average. barrels that one around and in. So Indiana, no rest for the weary. They're going to play Wisconsin. Comes in here on Wednesday, and then travel to Champaign, Illinois for a game next Saturday. Manville hits both for 4 points, and 10 seconds left. Stringer again from way outside. Harris does not beat the final buzzer, but Indiana does beat Ohio State 89-67. We'll be back after this.
On the next